Good morning, good morning. It is 10:38. I made myself some chocolate chip waffles this morning in my handy dandy waffle maker. I put another book, oh, there's chocolate on my lip. Ha 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 ha. I put another book out in the mail for paperback swap, so that means now I have requested 5 on paperback swap from different users, and I am waiting for all 5 of them to say if they can ship it or not.
Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging.
I think 2 of them, 1 or 2 of them, they only have about 3 more days to say if they can or can't. And if they don't by that point, then I get the credit back and I can request another book. But it'll be a bummer because obviously I'm requesting these books for a reason. Like, they look interesting and I want to read them. Anyway, but I got that one out in the mail. That one's actually only going to a different part of Georgia, so that'll probably make it there in like 2 or 3 days, which is pretty cool. So yeah, my plan is to finish reading Camp. I've got less than halfway to go. I'm kind of excited to be done with it just because I know the way that this story works, the whole premise that the story is based on, you know that the main character is going to get heartbroken and it is not going to work out the way that he wants because it has to happen. That has to happen. And it's painful, like, knowing that this is on its way, which is a bummer. That's the one thing with Aces, is like Aces, you don't see it coming. Like, you don't see their fight coming and you don't see it coming what their fight is about. And then you're like, whoa, what just happened? Everything was great. And then they have to, rebuild up from there. And it's discovering, a different part of your identity. Anyway, I went through some emails. That's good. I've done the questionnaire for the other interview. I did that yesterday. And I do need to go through my email in a little bit more depth. So maybe I'll do that after I finish reading. I'm going to see what the temperature is outside. It says it's 75, which is amazing, but I want to see what it actually feels like. Cause I might read outside, but I'm not sure.
If there's one thing that I do really like in this book, is that they just introduced, granted, it's a very minor character, but they just introduced an asexual and aromantic character. And I was like,
I'm once again reading a book where, granted, I'm almost to the end of this book, but like something has just happened that I'm like, how does that make sense to you? It's like, oh, your little friend turned you in. And he's like, so she betrayed me? I'm like, no, both of your faces were all over the tabloids. They knew you had broken the law. No one why would you eat, like, what?
Was seriously on a decent track. And then by the end, they're just ruining so much. Oh my God. Why? Why is common sense not used in stories?
So I have the sequel to that book, but lo and behold, I will not be reading it. Just literally, I felt like close to nothing happened in this book except for an unrealistic love story that was very clearly like this love at first sight thing. And I was like, you two barely know you barely know each other. And then close to the end, these things are, as I said earlier, it was like, how could she have turned me in? No, we logically know that could not have happened. And it's just, why? It's like, when authors make choices, I can't even say authors, when storytellers make choices just for the sake of it being dramatic, but don't actually have the logic or the reasoning to back it up, drives me nuts. I can't stand it. Like, your dramatic beats need to be written into your story and have a purpose and a reasoning. That's exactly how I felt with spoiler for the last book and film of the Hunger Games franchise, so skip the rest of this clip if you don't want to hear it. But when Prim dies in Mockingjay, and I'm like, Why did you have her die at the end? Her death doesn't do anything. It doesn't it's just sad, but it doesn't serve any purpose to the story. Same thing with Finnick's death. There's no point. It doesn't do anything. It's just, I hate when they do that so much. I'm about to start work. I will say though, the next book I will be reading, I'm very excited for. It's called Love, Hate, and Other Filters, and it is written by a Indian author who I believe is Muslim, because that is what the story is about, the main character of the story. And so I'm really excited to read it, because basically the main character is, she, was kind of dealing with what her parents want for her versus what she wants, which is actually to go to film school. So I think that's really cool. So I'm very, very excited to read it, and I'm hoping it'll be good. My eyes look a little teary because I just found out that Sesame Street has created a TikTok, and I think that is such a lovely thing, and I followed them immediately. I was like, I want Sesame Street in my life. I love Sesame Street. Anyway, I finished work. I worked overtime because one of the last post they had on the pipe for me was an update post, but it was a type of update post I have not done before, because it was like, all of the Halloween merchandise online right now. And so I was like, hi, I need some guidance here, please. Because when I search Halloween, or go on the Halloween tab on Shop Disney, there are over 700 items, and we don't have majority of those items on our list, so like, what am I including and what am I not? And so they said like, oh, including like this and this, and I was like, okay, but then when I got looking through the post that had already been, like, the stuff that was already on there, not all of those items were only from those two, like, collections. So I was like, I'd come across stuff and I'd be like, do I put this in or do I not? Like, I don't know. It was confusing. Anyway, I did the best I could. So yeah, but I was like, what is happening? The Amazon package was delivered, and I didn't go out and get it while it was bright outside, so I had to try to walk outside as quickly and discreetly as I could, so I didn't let any bugs in. And my costume came in. I think I said on here that I'm gonna be, which I don't think I'm doing anything for actual Halloween this year, but for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, I am being Wendy. So my costume came in, and I'm gonna try it on. I am headed to bed. Tomorrow I plan to do more than just read. I have to, I want to reformat my resume for my agency, because they need me to do that. So I was like, you know what, better send that in. Plus it'll be a good refresh anyway for it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Social media is in the description if you want.